Hello, everybody. Welcome to your lunchtime Pilates class. I hope you're all well. So we're going to be doing a beginner's Pilates class today. What I'd like you to think about, as always with our Pilates practice, is our breathing. Our breathing is in through the nose, out through the mouth. When we're breathing out, I'd like you to try to remember to engage your deep abdominals, squeeze and lift your pelvic floor. And then we're always remembering to work inside out. So let's get started. We're going to lie down on the mat. Now, also just remember that at any point, this is your Pilates practice. So if you need to reset your abdominals or just take a rest, you just stop the exercise you are doing, take a breath, and then come back into it when you are ready. So come onto your mat, come to a seated position. Just put your hands behind your thighs and roll through your spine to a lying position. So nice and steadily thinking about the lower back connecting, middle back, upper back, and then your head. Okay, so we're going to start with some breathing. So just bring your feet in close towards your sit bones and place your hands onto your rib cage and just let your fingers touch in the center of your body. So tuck your chin slightly towards your chest and find your neutral spine position. That's your hip bone, pubic bone, and level. Now you're going to inhale through your nose. And as you inhale, you allow your rib cage to expand out into your hands. And then you breathe out through your mouth. Get rid of all of that air. And we'll just do that a couple of times. So you're going to inhale through your nose. Allow the rib cage to expand out to the side into your hands, and then breathe out through your mouth, getting rid of all of that air. So one more just like that. Inhale. Just try not to go down into the belly, and breathing out through your mouth. And now with that breath out, we're going to engage our deep abdominals. So inhale through your nose. And then as you breathe out through your mouth, get rid of all of that air and connect your deep abdominals. Squeeze and lift your pelvic floor. Now release as you inhale. And breathing out, connect those deep abdominals. One more time, inhale through your nose. And exhale, engage your deep abdominals. Squeeze and lift your pelvic floor. So we're going to bring some leg movements into that as well now. Just keep your hands resting on your ribs. So take that inhale now. And as you breathe out, engage your abdominals and lift your right leg up into a tabletop position, just keeping your body nice and still. Inhale, lower that foot back down. Exhale, re-engage your abdominals and lift your left leg up. And breathing in to place your foot down. So keep switching side to side with your feet. Just nice and slow, controlled, working on this center through your body. Breathing out to lift, breathing in to lower. So still thinking about your inhale, allowing that rib cage to expand out into your hands on that inhale. So just two more of these so we can practice that connection with our breath and our deep abdominal connection. So last two. Inhale to lower, breathe out and lift your left leg. And inhale, lower. Place that foot back down. Just make sure your feet are hip distant, knees are hip distant. And now bring your right leg up into tabletop. So you're just going to point and flex through your ankle to begin with. So you're flexing, you're bringing your toes towards your shin. And then you're pointing your ankle and your toes, lengthening the front of your foot. So just a few more where you're flexing the ankle and pointing. So just trying to get as much range of movement through your ankle as you can. And then flex. Now we're going to bring some breathing and a leg extension into this. So from your flexed ankle position, take an inhale. As you breathe out, point and straighten your leg out. Engage your deep abdominals. Now, inhale, flex and bend the knee back in. Stay there with that bend. And exhale, point and extend. And flex and bend, inhale. So you're keeping nice and steady through your body. Keep that going with the right leg. You breathe out to extend and squeeze your thigh. Pull your belly in, belly button to spine. Flex and bend. Let's go for 3 more on this right leg. Point and extend. Flex and bend. Last one. And then flex, bend, place the right foot down, and then we're going straight over to the left side. So bringing your left leg up into tabletop, so your knee is over your hip, you're in that neutral spine, and just start with that point and flex through the ankle. So bringing your toes towards your shin to flex, and then point the ankle, lengthening the front of your foot. So flexing, feeling that stretch into the back of the lower leg, and a point, feeling that length in the front of your foot. 2 more like that, and then we'll take that extension of the leg in as well. So bring your ankle now into its flex position. Take an inhale, and as you breathe out, point and extend that leg out. Squeeze your thigh. Now flex and bend the knee in, nice and controlled. Point, engage your abdominals, breathe out and extend. So keeping that lower back where it is in that neutral position, no lifting of the lower back. If you feel that happening, just take your leg a little bit higher to the ceiling. Let's go for 3 more. Point and squeeze, flex and bend. Last 2, breathe out, connect your abdominals, squeeze that thigh, reach the leg away, flex and bend. Last 1. Breathe out and in. And place that left foot down. And now just take your arms by your side, turn your palms up, roll your shoulders into the mat. From your neutral, inhale, and as you breathe out, tip back into an imprint just to work into that lower back and release off, and then to neutral. So we're just going some pelvic tilts. Imprint, push your lower back into the mat, and then release to neutral. 2 more pelvic tilts, tip back into your imprint, and then neutral. Last one, so lengthen that lower back into the mat, and then release back to neutral. So into some bridging from here, making sure your feet are hip distant and close in towards your sit bones. From your neutral position, breathing in. As you breathe out, tip back to imprint, and then peel your spine off of the mat. Push into both feet and squeeze into your glutes. In your shoulder bridge, just look down your nose and just feel this stretch in the front of your hips and thighs, pushing into the backs of your arms. Take an inhale at the top, and as you breathe out, your upper back comes down, then your middle back, and then roll through the lower back to your tailbone. Back to neutral, and again. So you're going to breathe out to peel off of the mat into your shoulder bridge. Pull your belly in. Push into your toes and your heels. Inhale at the top. And now breathe out, articulate down, upper back, middle back. Roll through your lower back. Feel that stretch and release as you come down. 1 more just like this. So breathing out as you peel off of the mat. Squeezing into your glutes, pushing into your feet evenly. Inhale at the top, and then as you breathe out, articulate down all the way to your tailbone, and then we're going to bridge up and hold it there. And we're going to work into the glutes now for some hip hinging. Take a break whenever you feel like you need to. So breathing in, and as you breathe out, peel off of the mat, up into your shoulder bridge, and hold it here. You need to bring your feet in a little bit closer to support your back, then just shuffle them in. Now you're going to drop your hips down towards the floor, straight down, and push straight back up. Squeeze your glutes. Now drop your hips down, take an inhale. As you breathe out, connect your abdominals, squeeze your glutes, push up. I'm going to go for 5 more just like this. So you drop down and push straight back up. Try and think about both glutes squeezing together at the same time. So 4, drop, breathe out, 3, and 2, Last one, drop down and squeeze those glutes to push your hips up high. And then come all the way down and hug your knees in. So just take your hands behind your thighs and rock your legs in towards your chest, just to lift your tailbone and stretch into the low back. Last little rock here. And then place your feet back down onto the mat and take your right leg over your left. Take your arms out wide to a T. Take an inhale, and now as you breathe out, take your legs to the left. So you're going to let your left knee pull your right leg towards the floor. Now look to your right and push your right shoulder blade into the mat. So we're just taking a hip roll stretch, using our leg to encourage that stretch into the glute and the lower back. Now inhale here, and as you breathe out, bring your legs back up to center, uncross them, and now take your left leg over your right. Squish your thighs together if you can, breathing in, and as you breathe out, take your knees over to the right and look to the left. Kind of get your left hip up and use your right knee to pull your left leg down. Push your left shoulder blade into the floor. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, bring your legs back up, roll through your lower back, and then uncross. We'll do one more on either side. Right leg over left, legs over to the left, look to the right. Don't let your right shoulder blade lift. You're pushing down into your shoulder blade. You're using your legs to push towards the floor to get your hip up and over to stretch further. Okay, knees back up to center. One last time, uncross and cross, and then knees over to the right, look to the left shoulder blade connected to the floor. Breathe. So I encourage this stretch, lifting your left hip up and over. Inhale, and as you breathe out, bring your legs back up to center, uncross them, and then we are going to roll over onto one side for some side lying work. So you're going to rest your head in your underneath hand and just make sure your hips and your shoulders are in line, and bring your knees into a bent position. You're looking straight ahead, top hand just onto the floor. Now you're going to straighten out your top leg. So squeeze your thigh. We're going to work a point and flex with the ankle as we sweep the top leg. So the top leg will come forwards with your pointed ankle. Then you flex the ankle and sweep the leg back. As you sweep back, you squeeze into your glute. So you're sweeping forwards with a point and then flex and go back. So let's inhale to go forwards, exhale to go back. Now just working on your hips, staying stacked and still here. So as you sweep back, pull your belly in, squeeze into the glute, just keep the length of your lower back here. Okay, so keep that going, trying to keep your leg just about in line with your hip. So inhale, sweep forwards, exhale, and sweep back. So the hand on the floor can help with your stability, or you can place your top hand onto your hip and just feel the work going on here. You may feel your glutes firing up if you use your fingers into your muscles. Let's go for 3 more sweeps. Breathe in, sweep forward. Just try and keep your pelvis stable and still. So you're working with that control. 1 more sweep, point, forwards, flex, and come back. Now, squeeze that leg out straight so it's in line with your body. You're going to bend the knee in towards you and then flex and straighten it back out. So take rest if you need to. Inhale, bend, point, exhale, flex and squeeze. Inhale, keep looking straight ahead. So we're working on the alignment through our body. Squeeze into that glute, squeeze into that thigh on that extension. Let's just go for 5. Breathe in as you bend, keep that leg just in line with your hip. 3 more. Pull your belly in, squeeze. 2. And just 1 more here. bend and straighten, squeeze, make that last squeeze count, and then bend that top knee and place it on the bottom one. So just now take your head down so that it's resting on your underneath arm. Reach your top arm out in front of you. Okay, and now we're going to take that top arm all the way up to the ceiling. As you open the arm back, you get a nice big stretch in your chest and your shoulders. Now inhale, float the arm up to the ceiling and back in front of you. Breathing out as you open and stretch behind you. Breathing in as you return to your starting position. So as you're doing this, just make sure that your knees are staying put. So you're squeezing your knees together and your bottom knee is pushing down into the floor. You're going to keep your hips and your pelvis where it is. And then we just move from the rib cage and we're working a little bit of thoracic rotation here. So 3 more of these. Breathe out, up and over into that big stretch. Reach the arm back as far as you can without the knees lifting. 2 more. Breathing out, pull your abs in and in to return. Last one. Big stretch up and over. Just keep your arm there this time and take 2 big breaths here. As you breathe out, just try and let that arm go heavy behind you. Don't let the knees lift. Last breath. And then reach that top arm all the way up and over. And then just sit yourself up, depending on where your mat is. You could just turn and face the other way or sit up and just take your legs over. And we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So coming down onto your underneath hand, elbows rested on the mat, your knees are bent, and your shoulders and your hips are in line. Top hand just on the mat to start with, and then extend your top leg out. Okay, so we're going into our sweeping. So with your pointed ankle, sweeping the leg forwards, flexing to sweep back, squeezing your glutes. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, pull your abs in, squeeze. So use your breathing, that flow of your breath, that control in your abdominals and your muscles. So again, with your hand position, you can place it onto your hip if you feel that helps you to work on keeping your hips stacked and stable. Lead with your heel as you push back. Help connect into the back of your legs. Squeeze that glute. Breathing in, filling the back and sides of your ribs on that inhale. And just trying not to compress into your lower back when you swing your leg back. Let's go for 3 more sweeps. If you need to rest your leg and reset, feel free to drop it down. 2. The leg in line with your body and your hip. Last one. Push back. And then we're going straight into our bend. So inhale, bend the knee in. Flex your ankle and straighten your leg out. Squeeze. Inhale to bend. Just trying to keep that knee and ankle in line with your hip bone. Okay, so flow with your breathing. If you need to slow it down to work on the control, feel free. So as you breathe out, are you remembering pelvic floor, lift, deep abs, squeeze. Let's go for 4. That bottom knee down. 3. Flex, push the sole away. 2 more. Squeeze into that back glute. Last one. And then relax. Bring that top leg down, knees bent, and then rest your head all the way down onto your underneath arm. Going into our arm sweeps. Okay, so reach your top arm in front of you, palm down, looking straight ahead, remembering the knees are connected, bottom knee on the floor, breathing in. As you breathe out, the arm goes up to the ceiling and then goes behind you for that stretch. Inhale, reach the arm up and forwards. Breathe out, pull your abs in, just keep those hips stacked. And inhale, see if you can reach that top arm forwards a bit more each time. Allow your ribs to rotate round behind you just to help with that stretch across your chest and into your shoulder, into your armpit area. So remember, don't let your knees lift. Bottom knee is connected to the floor. Let's go for 3 more. And 2. Breathe out through your mouth. Last one. So breathing out, take that arm all the way up and behind and hold. So you're just going to use your breath to encourage the stretch. So take that inhale. And as you breathe out, squeeze your pelvic floor abs. Let your arm drop. Your arm is heavy. Last breath in and out. And then allow the arm to come all the way back over and relax it down. And now turn yourself over onto your front. So you're going to take your hands. So you make a diamond shape with your fingers and your thumbs. And then you place your forehead so that you are hovering just over that diamond shape. Your legs are just out in line with your hips and your toes are turned out. So just relax through your lower body for now. Elbows are bent and just wider than your mat. So we're going to start just with some head and chest lifting, working into some extension of our upper back. So pubic bone is down. So push that pubic bone into the mat. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, squeeze your glutes, pull your belly button into your spine and lift your head away from your diamond, but look straight down to the mat. Now inhale, release everything and take a reset. Now breathe out through your mouth, glutes, abs, pelvic floor. Lift the chest, keep looking through into your diamond shape. And then release down. So I want you to think about your upper back working here and maintaining that lower back in a lengthened position. So the pubic bone is staying pushed down and we are encouraging extension of your upper back. Okay. So we're going to go for 3 more just like that. Breathe out, glutes, abs, lift the head and chest. Keep looking straight down, push into your forearms. Release down. 2 more, squeeze and extend. Release and lower. Last extension, glutes, deep abs, upper back, and then release. So we're just going to add a small challenge. If it feels too much on backs, then you stick with what we're doing, which is keeping the hands down into extension. If you'd like to add the progression on, we breathe out, squeeze those glutes and abs and come on up into that extension. Hold it here, take an inhale, and as you breathe out, just hover your right arm off of the floor, place it back down, hover your left arm off of the floor, place it back down, and then return back onto the mat to reset. And again, you come up into extension, glutes and abs, pelvic floor. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lift the right arm. Hover. Inhale, place it down. Exhale, lift the left arm. Try and stay centered through your body. Keep looking straight at your mat. Place it back down and then return onto the mat. We're just going to go for 1 more round of that. So breathing out as you come up into your extension. Hover the right arm. Inhale, place it back down. Exhale, hover the left arm. Inhale, place it back down and then release back onto the mat and rock your hips side to side. So releasing off the lower back. And then place your hands onto the mat, push into your hands and come up into a child's pose stretch. So you're going to bend your knees and sit your glutes back onto your heels. Pull your tailbone underneath you so you get more length into your lower back. And then from there, just dropping your chest towards your thighs and just relaxing over your legs. And just take a few breaths here. Let your head hang. If you can, walk your hands out along the mat and just walk your fingers so you get the stretch into your shoulders and your armpit area. And just take a couple of breaths here. 1 more big breath in and out. Now walk your hands back in and lift your chest slightly and stay in this position. If it's uncomfortable on knees, you can lengthen your legs out or sit in a more comfortable position and do a similar rotation. So inhale here, relax your shoulders back and down, breathing in. As you breathe out, take your right arm up to the ceiling, look up to your right hand, push into your left hand and stretch through your body here. Breathe in, bring the arm back down. And then take your left arm up and look up towards your left hand as you push into your right. Breathe in, come back down. And again, right arm up. Breathe out, open up through your chest again. And then return down. Come into a 4-point knee. So your wrists are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. And you're lengthened through your spine, looking straight down at the mat. Toes are untouched. We're going to go into movement of the spine, breathing in here. As you breathe out, drop your head because your shoulder face to the ceiling. Bring your bone to your belly button. You'll round your spine, getting a big stretch into your shoulder blades. Now inhale here, and as you breathe out, let the ribs go towards the mat, and then lengthen through the lower back to a neutral. Go back to neutral, flat back. Now you do that again. Breathe out and you pull your belly in and you round your spine, you drop your head, you push into the hands, round, round, round. Inhale and then breathe out, lengthen the spine back. Breathe out, round the spine, drop the head, stay here and start to push back towards your heels to get the stretch in your lower back. Not all the way, just about halfway. Then bring yourself back to 4-point knee, back to your neutral position. A few more times. So you round your spine and you sink back to a half child's pose, bringing your tailbone underneath you, pushing into the hands, and then release to neutral. One more like that. So round the spine, pull your belly in, sink back, and then all the way back to your flat back neutral position, and then tuck your toes under. So you can feel stretch into all of your toes here. And again, just push back so you get more stretch into your toes. And then one more like that. So push back into your toes, stretch them. And then breathe. And then push the hips to the ceiling. Take a breath in. And with an out breath, your hips go up to the ceiling. And you are aiming your heels stretch the back of your legs. So just breathe. Push your chest towards your thigh and push your heels a little bit closer to the ground with every step. Big breath. Now start to walk through your feet. So you are lifting your right heel, pushing your left heel down. So you're going to stretch the back of one leg at a time. And then switch. So your right heel goes down, you stretch the back of your right leg. And switch again. Slow switch. Stretch one leg at a time. Last time. And then pushing both heels towards the mat. Now start to steadily walk your hands in towards your feet and just let yourself hand into. So your feet are hip distance. You're relaxed through your head. Your arms are hanging out of your shoulders. Knees are slightly bent. So just come here and let your head rock side to side just to release off any tension in the neck and the head. And then let your head come back to center. And then let your body move side to side. So just going to swing from left to right, just moving out of your hips to do this. And then come back to center again. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, start to peel the spine up from this position to standing. Pull your belly in. Squeeze your pelvic floor all the way up to your standing position. Your head is the last thing to come up. So we're going to do One roll down and up to finish. So roll your shoulders up, back and down. Lift your chin, breathe in. Now as you breathe out, drop the chin, let the arms come forward, let the head hang. Slowly peel down into that fold. Once you get to your furthest point, breathe in again, and as you breathe out from your lower back, pull your belly in and rebuild your spine all the way to standing. Pull your armpits down your back. Head is the last thing to come up, and then roll your shoulders forwards up, back and down. We're just going to set your posture to finish there. So just check your feet are in that parallel hip distance position. The toes are facing forwards and your weight is centered through your feet. So to find that center, just rock forwards and backwards a couple of times and then find your central point through both feet. Slightly bent, and then from your waist, lift out of your waist, thinking about growing tall, crown of the head up to the ceiling. Roll your shoulders forwards up, back and down. Let the arms hang by your side. Give your fingers a little wiggle. Lift your chin. Think about your collarbone widening. Your shoulders back and down. Eyes looking forwards. Excellent work. Perfect with that. And I look forward to seeing you all soon.